If you're like most people, in the morning, that's when you feel the most stiff, maybe even sore. If you did a workout yesterday or the day before, you might feel soreness in your muscles, in your legs or your shoulders. Almost everybody, even if you've done nothing, feels stiff in their synovial joints, like your knees and your hips, especially your spine in the morning. That synovial fluid congeals overnight and it just leaves you feeling stiff and sore. What do we do about it? Well, what most of us do about it is nothing. We just live with it because, well, first thing in the morning, very few people feel like rolling out a yoga mat and very few people feel like getting down on the floor. I'd like to share with you a very simple routine that you can do in the kitchen while your coffee or your tea is brewing without getting down on the floor, just using a stool or a chair in the kitchen. Just takes a couple of minutes. It'll set you up for a loose and limber day. Let's give it a try. Welcome to your morning stretch. Before we get started, there's a PDF reference down below if you'd like photos and pose names. To practice, we need a chair or a stool. You definitely don't need a yoga mat. You can quite literally do this right in the middle of your kitchen. We'll begin our practice today with one round of breath of fire. This is a yoga breathing technique that stimulates your nervous system, gets you ready for your day. Here's how to practice. Place your hands down on top of your knees. Sit up tall, but then soften your shoulders and especially soften your lower abdomen. It's a forced exhalation practice that looks and sounds a lot like a sneeze. I'll force the breath out and then relax completely. Force the breath out and relax completely. Let's do 20 rounds together. 3, 2, 1. And we exhale, exhale, exhale. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Open your eyes. Slowly make your way to a standing position behind your stool or your chair. Step your feet about as wide as your hips with the outer edges parallel. Arms at your sides, stand up tall. Inhale, reach your arms out and up to touch above your head. Exhale, hinge at your hips, fold forward. Place your hands on your stool or chair. Step your feet back to a plank position, like a push-up position. Lower down halfway, like a half push-up. Keep your toes tucked, but inhale, lift your heart to an upward facing dog position. And then exhale, roll back to downward facing dog. In downward facing dog, for this first round, try bending your knees a lot. Straighten your arms if you can. Drop your head between your arms and breathe here. If at all possible, have your heels flat on the floor. And imagine your sits bones, your butt bones shooting up and back behind you. I'd like you to feel a big stretch along the backs of your legs and possibly through your chest and shoulders and arms as well. Good. Look forward and step your feet forward closer to your chair. Your feet are as wide as your hips. Roll your body all the way up to stand. Let's reset. We'll do a second variation now. Inhale, reach your arms out and up to touch. Exhale, fold forward. Place your hands on the chair or stool. Step your feet back into a plank position. Pause here, lower down halfway. Inhale, lift your heart. Your toes are tucked. Exhale, lift your hips. Stay right here, but lunge your right foot forward. See how I stay on my toes on the back foot in this lunge? My knee is over my ankle. Pause here. Right arm reaches straight up towards the sky, so it's right next to your ear. And then gently, if it's comfortable for your neck, look up towards your fingertips and breathe here. Kicking back through my left heel, grounding down into my front heel, gently gazing up towards my fingertips. Good. Place your right hand down. Step your right leg back. High push-up position. We lower down halfway. Inhale, lifting your heart, upward facing dog. And then exhale, push your hips back. Let's transition again to a push-up position. Lunge your left leg forward. I'm on my right toes on the back foot, but kicking back strongly through my heel. Left arm reaches straight up towards the sky, so my arm and ear are next to each other. And then I'll gently, if it's comfortable on my neck, look up towards my fingertips as I breathe here. Left heel is heavy. Big toe mound on my right foot is heavy as I kick back into the heel. Good. Place your left hand down. Step your left leg back. Lower down halfway. Inhale, lift your heart. And then exhale, lift your hips. Feet are a little bit wider than your hips. Two options: you can bend your knees like before, or maybe you can begin to straighten your legs, but continue to kick your sits bones back behind you. Good. Look forward and step forward. Let's make our way all the way up to stand. Roll your shoulders open. For this next pose, we need a shorter stance. Place your hands on your stool or chair. Put your left foot on the ground, so your heel's on the ground, and step your right foot forward. The alignment that we're looking for here is heel, one line back to your heel. Shorter stance is about 1 meter between your heels, and place your right hand in the stool, and your left hand shoots straight up towards the sky. Both legs are really straight. Both arms are very, very straight. Look up towards your fingertips and breathe here. Good. Lower your left hand down. Step your right leg back and wiggle and switch to the other side. So my right heel is down, my left foot is forward. Again, you might need to adjust. When you look down at your heels, we'd like heel to heel alignment. Both heels down. Straighten your legs. Left hand is in the middle of your chair or your stool. And we reach our right arm up, up towards the sky. Both arms are straight and strong. Both arms are straight and strong. Look up towards your fingertips and breathe here. Good. And slowly place your right hand down. Step your feet back and let's switch. Same thing as before. My right leg is forward about 1 meter, about 3 feet between our heels. Nice short stance, and my heels are both down on the floor. This time we'll do a twisted variation of that triangle. So put your left hand in the middle. Take your time here, but keep your legs really, really straight as you reach your right arm up and you turn and twist and gaze up towards your fingertips. Good. And then place your hand back down. Switch legs. Again, because we're using this chair, you might need to step over to the side. We're looking for heel to heel alignment. Both legs are straight. Left foot is forward, right heel's on the ground. Place your hand in the middle of your stool or your chair. Twist, turn, gaze up towards your fingertips. And then place your hand down and step your feet back to a plank position. Lower down halfway. Inhale, lifting your heart. Exhale, lifting your hips. Step about halfway in and then step your feet as wide as your mat. If you're using one, or if you're using the floor, just step your feet wider than your hips. Turn your feet out to the sides, and I'd like you to hinge at your hips. I imagine you're sitting down into a chair back behind you, except there's no chair. We're using our hands for support. Sit down in a chair back behind you, except there's no chair. I don't want your heels to come up off the ground. So if you get stuck and your heels want to pop, just stop where you are. But if there's still space, keep sitting down. If there's still space, we'll keep sitting down. If there's still space, we'll keep sitting down. If there's still space, we'll drop our head and breathe here. Good. Heels are heavy. Slowly make your way up, up, up. Let's sit down on our chair or our stool. If your chair has a back on it, no problem. You can figure out a way to make this work. Put your feet flat on the ground. Interlace your hands behind your back. Squeeze the palms of your hands together. Lift your heart up. Breathe here. And slowly release your hands. Place your hands on top of your knees and go the other way. So drop your shin in towards your chest. Curl your spine. Make your way all the way back up to a seated position. That short routine is designed to be done in the morning, literally while you're making your tea, making your coffee. Again, forget about the mat, just use a chair or a stool. Forget about getting down on the floor and forget about getting everything right. Just get through it. Help get your blood flowing, help get you warmed up, especially in those synovial joints. Don't forget to grab that PDF down below in the description if you'd like reference to this sequence. My name is Lucas, and I publish science-based yoga videos once a week. If you'd like to get notified, hit subscribe down below. If you have questions about this or any suggestions for future videos, I'd love to hear from you down in the comments. Lastly, you'll find my teaching calendar at yogabody.com. Have a great day.